My thing is, my students can do that math too. That has always been a part of me that I've tried to reconcile with so many folks who talk about this, that, whatever. And then within that, I think I want our stories to be told early and often. So when I first started teaching, I used to be so serious. I mean, I was a real serious guy, and everybody knew me for doing one of these. Right? And that was my whole motif. And in fact, it continued on into the next year. I got even more serious because being serious, that teacher face, that teacher mask, I couldn't break it. Every so often, I'd crack a joke and it'd be really hilarious. And I'd just go, that was my whole deal, and everybody started mocking me for it. But then by the third year too, I just got so pressured within myself that I want to yell and scream all the time. I was like, what is wrong with you, Jose? Like, you're trying to set the bar too high, even for yourself, and you're kind of hurting yourself by doing that. Always yelling is a thing that kind of hurts us. And there's something about the kids too, right? That every time we walk around and we think that we're just too cool for school, they remind us to come back down to earth, even with their weight, whether physically or emotionally. Come back down to earth, come feel emotionally for us. So I chilled out a bit. I took my time. I said, you know, Jose, you gotta relax a little bit because this is obviously not working for you, and you know, you only have one heart. You can't replace that heart, you know. So something to consider as we're working on this is just chill out. We got this, right? Now, so I have so many of my kids too. I have kids who are coming from Mexico, from Dominican Republic, from Nicaragua. I have places, all these places, and the whole time, my principal, who at the time was very inconsistent about his expectations, he said, you know, you have a lot of work to do, young man. And I said, my name is José Vilson, Mr. José Vilson, and there's a lot of things I haven't done. Just you wait, just you wait. So the test scores come out, and they are amazing. So that year, I was like, yes, they all came out. And I was like, you know what, let me just chill out for a second, because I don't really believe in testing and all that, but you know what? All right? But the problem is, immigrants, we get the job done. All my immigrant kids started getting the job done. And I was so excited to see that because, you know, I was like, look, principal, here, look, my immigrant kids were able to do it. And he was like, okay, Wilson, you got this. I always have to seek this happy medium between being the underdog. I don't have that much hair, but just follow, please. Seeking the happy medium between being happy for myself and being happy with the kids, because this is really about the kids. This is my classroom, and it had been a classroom for so long, and our lives do matter still. And every time I walk into that classroom, I'm always thinking about the kids and how, you know, we keep saying what's best for kids. Well, my kids have a story to tell too. My kids have a way of approaching these things. So society's expectations are just so low too. Why do we, for example, have kids who have to look like us in order for us to have expectations that are good enough for them, right? How many of us set an expectation so high for them but don't expect it for ourselves? And then how many times do our school environments all do not have that same expectation for our kids? Right? And these are things that I think about when I talk to younger teachers who may be younger than me, and I'm really happy for them because if they're younger than me, I'm very happy. They have a hunger. But I was just like them when I was younger. Oh, y'all see me. I'm happy that they were trying to be a martyr, but testing is easy, young man. Teaching is harder. And so we don't do this for English either. Like, we don't tell kids that reading a manual is good enough. Like, you have to go read the old dead white guys in order to really do well in society, right? They have to be able to read, write, and draw evidence from the books they like too. They have to be able to do those sorts of things. We don't expect that in math. And yet, us math teachers, we just want room to work. We want room to do our thing, to make sure that our kids are learning. We want to make sure that we don't have to wait till like May in order for them to learn everything. We don't want them to study just for that test or eat breakfast just for that test. We don't have to do that all the time. Not to mention that the kids taught me too. They taught me this one theorem that I just put together. I mean, the complete, consistent, correct theory. I want them to be able to be consistent in their work, be complete and thorough, and actually be consistent and use whatever thinking they have to do it all the time. But they also taught me that my testing isn't defining my work. we need strong relationships in order for us to get the material to them. And every time that we think that testing is the only thing that matters to them, we find out that they care a whole lot more about the stories that we tell them in our classroom. I don't know who tells your story, but I know my kids are going to be telling that story. Some of them who've gone to MIT, some of them who've gone to City College, some of them who have kids. But they tell my story for me every single day, and I continue to make stories with them. Thanks.